In just 24 hours, Bella Thorne made $1 million on OnlyFans. The headline alone was enough to break the internet. A former Disney child star setting records on a platform.
I'm Bella Thorne from Shake It Up, and you're watching Disney Channel.
Best known for adult content. But the celebration didn't last long. Fans who felt misled demanded refunds. Sex workers who relied on the site said her stunt had cost them money. And within days, OnlyFans had rolled out new restrictions that many blamed on her. Suddenly, Bella wasn't being praised. She was being dragged, accused of turning controversy into cash at everyone else's expense.
But here's the thing. This wasn't the first time Bella Thorne had shocked people, and it wouldn't be the last. Because before she became the actress who broke OnlyFans, she was the teenager Disney held up as a role model. And what happened in between? The scandals, the reinventions, the chaos, and survival is the twisted tale of Bella Thorne. When she joined Disney's Shake It Up at just 13 years old, Bella didn't step into a dream. She stepped into survival because her family had little money. Her father had died in a motorcycle accident when she was only 9, and the opportunity to star on the Disney Channel was more about paying bills than fame.
I started out 18 with literally $200 in my bank account.
From the outside, Bella was the fiery redhead with the wide smile, dancing her way into the hearts of a generation. But privately, she was being told that even her voice wasn't acceptable. Executives urged her to speak higher, softer, more innocent, forcing her to disguise who she really was. She later admitted she felt like a liar every single day on that set, performing not just for the audience, but for an entire corporation that demanded she bury her real personality. The illusion began to crack early. A beach trip at age 14 turned into a scandal when paparazzi photographed Bella in a bikini, and she later revealed Disney almost fired her over it.
Have paparazzi following you since you were 12. I don't know. I was still being when paparazzi were still following me.
Executives told her from now on she should cover up, as if puberty itself was a punishable crime. Overnight, a teenage girl simply existing in her own body was treated like a crisis for $1 billion company. The incident left Bella shaken, teaching her that in Hollywood, even something as natural as growing up could be twisted into controversy. It was one of her first lessons in the cruel paradox of fame. She was expected to be beautiful, but never sexual. Innocent, but also marketable. Admired, but not human. This impossible set of rules would haunt her for years. When Shake It Up ended, Bella didn't try to cling to her Disney image. She ran from it. Almost immediately, she began chasing darker, edgier roles, taking on thrillers, horror films, and teen dramas that allowed her to break free from the glossy bubblegum stereotype. She experimented with music, writing, and fashion, and in doing so, she began to build a new identity. One that was unfiltered, raw, and unapologetic. She came out as bisexual, then pansexual, and opened up her unconventional relationship with rapper Mod's son and influencer Tana Mojo. She didn't hide the chaos, but broadcast it, wearing it like armor against an industry that still wanted her in a princess dress. Hollywood, however, is not kind to young women who refuse to play nice. Reports circulated during her freeform show Famous in Love that she was difficult on set, though the showrunner publicly denied any feud and blamed the cancellation on ratings and budget. But in Hollywood, perception often matters more than truth. Once an actress is labeled difficult, that reputation sticks. For Bella, it marked the beginning of her drift toward projects outside the mainstream, a slow exile from the system that once built her. But where Hollywood saw a liability, Bella saw opportunity. She began to control her image on her own terms, leaning into shock, controversy, and spectacle. The turning point came in 2019 when her private nude photos were hacked. Instead of bowing to humiliation, Bella leaked them herself, declaring she wouldn't allow someone else to take her power. Many praised the move as brave, others condemned it as reckless. Then came Whoopi Goldberg, shaming Bella on national television for ever taking intimate photos in the first place.
You're famous. I don't care how old you are. You don't take nude pictures of yourself because once you take that picture, it goes into the cloud and it's available to any hacker who wants it. And you don't get to do that.
Bella was devastated, posting tearful videos calling out the victim blaming.
And shame on you for putting that public opinion just out there like that for every young girl to think that they're disgusting for even taking a photo like that.
While Zendaya, her old Disney co-star, privately messaged her words of love and support. For every person who saw Bella as a cautionary tale, there was another who saw her as a symbol of defiance. But wait, because after this, she made a move no one could have predicted. Later that year, Bella Thorne directed an adult film. Partnering with Pornhub's Visionary series, she created a BDSM-inspired short titled Her and Him. The announcement that a former Disney actress had crossed into the adult industry sent shockwaves through Hollywood. To some, it was disgraceful. To others, it was groundbreaking. Pornhub even awarded her a Vision Award for the project, praising her creativity. Bella had taken the squeaky clean princess mold she had been forced into as a teenager and smashed it to pieces in front of the entire world. And yet, the most infamous chapter of her career was still to come. In 2020, she joined OnlyFans, where in less than 24 hours, she shattered records by earning $1 million. Within a week, she had made $2 million. But when subscribers paid $200 for what they believed were nude photos, only to receive lingerie shots, the backlash was nuclear. Refund demands flooded the platform. OnlyFans soon introduced new rules: capped tips, capped pay-per-view prices, delayed payouts. Many believed Bella's stunt triggered the changes. The company insisted the policies weren't tied to any single creator, but the damage was done. Thousands of sex workers who depended on the site lost income. Bella apologized, claiming her intent was to destigmatize sex work. But her name became internet shorthand for the celebrity who ruined OnlyFans. For many, this was proof she had sabotaged her own future. And yet, Bella Thorne remained unfazed. While mainstream Hollywood projects grew fewer, she doubled down on indie films, starring in gritty thrillers like Girl, which critics praised as one of her strongest performances. She embraced campy Netflix horrors like The Babysitter, leaned into her outrageous online persona, and launched businesses: a cannabis brand called Forbidden Flowers, a jewelry line named Thorne Dynasty, and more. Controversy had become her currency. She wasn't ignored, she was still a headline, still a force, still profitable. The paradox of Bella Thorne is that she has been mocked as a failure while quietly building an empire. The little girl once told to change her voice for Disney now speaks loudly, crudely, sometimes carelessly, but always authentically. She is despised for her mistakes, yet admired for her resilience. She is compared endlessly to Zendaya, whose flawless trajectory from Disney to Emmy-winning actress represents everything Bella is not. But where Zendaya embodies perfection, Bella represents imperfection in all its messy, scandalous glory. And for a generation raised online, imperfection is more relatable than the polished starlet who never stumbles. It's easy to dismiss Bella Thorne as a cautionary tale, a young actress who squandered her potential. But to do so is to miss the depth of her survival. She grew up with poverty, with dyslexia, with trauma that she later revealed included years of sexual abuse as a child. Fame was not a gift, but an escape route. And when it turned on her, she refused to crumble. Instead, she twisted it into something she could use, even if it meant alienating the very industry that made her. Her story is not about destruction, it's about transformation. Bella Thorne is a paradox because she embodies both sides of every label. She is reckless and calculated, naive and shrewd, exploitative and empowering. She has turned scandal into survival, chaos into control. Whether you admire her or despise her, one fact remains undeniable. Bella Thorne is still here. She's been counted out a dozen times, and each time she's returned, louder and more unapologetic than before. The twisted tale of Bella Thorne is not finished. It is still unfolding with each new headline, each new controversy, each new reinvention. And maybe that is the paradox, that in destroying the career she was supposed to have, Bella Thorne built the only one she could live with.